Hi everyone, happy December. Welcome to the last month of 2017. So this can often be a chance to review and reevaluate our year and to also look at any changes that we might want to make. So often it's a time where people are setting goals for the new year or thinking about their resolutions. Now, there is a link between how we think and how we feel and how we act. And often there are common thinking errors that people make, which are basically negative beliefs about the world. And if we're having negative beliefs about the world or negative thoughts about the world, then this can lead to negative emotion. So today I just wanted to talk about some of the common negative thinking errors, and so you can become more aware of them and go into the new year with a positive mindset. The first common thinking error is all or nothing thinking, which is also known as black or white thinking. Basically, if we think in this way, then we assume that there's only two ways of seeing things, X way or Y way. So, for example, if you were to fail an exam, rather than thinking that, there's many reasons why people may fail exams, you might think, I failed an exam, that means I'm stupid. So you have a fixed definition of how the world should be. So it's either one way or another. And this can stop us from actually seeing a range of different reasons why things can occur. Number two is overgeneralization. This is when we take one negative event and we then transport this to all areas of our life. So this negative event basically determines the rest of our life. So for example, I failed a job interview. I'm never going to get a job. I'm bound to failure. So we don't actually see that there could be other positive possibilities. Number three is called having a mental filter. This is basically when we filter out any positive events and filter in or focus in on any negative events. So an example of this could be, I've just had an appraisal at work and my manager focused on a couple of areas of improvement. This means I'm failing, this means I'll never succeed, I'll never get a promotion. So you filter out all the positive comments and just focus on that one negative comment that someone may have made to you. Number four is downplaying our achievements. So this is when you basically don't take any praise very well. So someone gives you a compliment or some praise, you'll totally downplay it and say perhaps something like, oh, it's only because they felt sorry for me. That's why they gave me that compliment. Number five is the shoulds. So this is when we have a very fixed and rigid view about the world or about people or about our expectations. So you could say something like, I should have known better, or he should have known better, or they should have just known to do that. Number six is blaming ourselves or other people. So assuming that either we or they have full responsibility. So something like, it's all their fault, or it's all my fault. So this doesn't allow for any possibilities other than blaming one person or another, and it doesn't allow for shared responsibility. Number seven is jumping to conclusions without any evidence to support your thinking. So for example, if your boyfriend or your girlfriend hasn't called you the whole day, jump into the conclusion that they're going to dump you, when really there's no evidence for that suggestion. Number eight is magnifying our mistakes and minimizing other people's behaviours or actions. So if we were to make a mistake, we would kind of ruminate on that and we'd feel really bad and become fixated on the mistake that we make. And we would kind of forget that making mistakes is natural and actually it's a part of learning. So we just assume that it's us that makes mistakes and no one else does. So those are some of the examples of some of the thinking errors that we can all make from time to time. If you can start to notice your negative thinking patterns, you can then have the opportunity to replace them with more positive thoughts. Ask yourself, is there any evidence for these thoughts and these negative patterns of thinking? Would I judge myself in the same way that I would judge someone else? And could there be any other possibilities and more positive possibilities for the situation or experience that I'm having? So something to consider here, and I am a firm believer that if you change your thoughts, you can change your experience of yourself and also of the world.